What's going on, guys? This is Gar Tubbs. Welcome back to the channel. We're doing Q&A today. I asked you to give me some questions. You gave them to me. Now I'm about to answer them. So welcome to the YouTube video. Don't forget, like and subscribe, do all that good stuff. I'm always gonna be dropping some good content, and let's get after it. So first question, Jay asked, what separated me from other promoters when I started? Great question. The biggest thing that separated me from other promoters was simply my network and all the connections that I had made over the years, the organizations that I'd been a part of. I always wanted to just join more things, even if it was for 6 months or a year. Like, all that stuff compounded over time, and I got to meet a whole bunch of people. And just having those type of networks allows you to network with other people that weren't even in that organization. Again, you just kind of have that common factor of how we are similar, and it just gives you the opportunity to talk to more people. And another thing too is just the charisma, right? Like, you got to be nice to everybody, because every single person you meet is someone that you're going to want to show up for you when you need them to show up. So it's just having the great attitude, always being nice, always doing the right thing, operating, and truthfully just smiling, right? Like, being a happy person is easy to engage, it's easy to be attracted to, and people just enjoy that, right? So make sure you come off extremely helpful, happy, and honest at all times. Something that I saw another promoter do that just never sat right with me is just simply the way that they conducted business with those managers or owners of that bar. And what I mean by that is, like, when you're shady at the door and you're skimming off the top, whenever you're trying to sneak drinks to your friends, like, you just gotta ask for that kind of stuff. No one's gonna tell you no for free drinks. If you want a little bit of the door money, just ask for it. But whenever you start to skim and you do one or two small things that you might not think mean anything, people recognize that, and you're gonna get caught, right? Bartenders tell the GMs, everyone just kind of like will find a reason not to trust the new guy in the business. And so once that guy messes up once, that's really the wrap. So you really have to protect your name with everything you've got, because that's all you've got in this business, right? Is your reputation. And as soon as you go off and you're dishonest or untrustworthy, you're screwed. So that is something to take into consideration as you're moving about. So Benjamin asks, how do I keep my busy bars staffed so well? Benjamin, this is something that's been taking me years to learn how to do. And I think the core of it all is truthfully just letting them know that you believe in them, most importantly, and that they provide a big amount of value to your business. To me, that's just the one thing that's always carried on, where when you tell someone they're doing a great job, how important they are to this role and to the entirety of the business, like, that just lights people up. Even if you just tell them like once a month or once every 2 months, like, that should be the bare minimum, but people remember that. That adds fuel to them, that adds fire, and then they want to be told that again over and over again. And so you're being honest about it, because it is true that how much you value them, but just showing them that they're appreciated at their position is something that doesn't happen at a lot of jobs. And I've been in that position where I was never told that I was doing well. I never even knew if I was doing the right job or not. And some people just either don't like to show appreciation, or maybe most people don't even know how to do that. So simply just taking the time and letting these people know, like, hey, you're doing great. I couldn't do this without you. It's the truth, and they deserve to hear it. How do you build trust with other owners in the industry or in your market? So this is a great question, man. And I really think this is something that not just bar owners should be doing and operating with this type of mindset, but just anybody in the industry, right? Even if you're a manager or bartender, it's pretty simple, right? There's people that have been in this game longer than you have, and you have to respect it. No matter what they've done or where they're at today, you always got to respect them and where they've come from. And what I would always do is have 2 ears and 1 mouth, right? It's just listen and listen and listen. It's the guys that talk while they're in front of people that have been in the game, or the guys that come off as they're too good or they know too much. When you're in the presence of someone that's been a veteran, just take it in, like, ask questions from them. You're not asking questions to give them your feedback. Like, you got to just know your place, right? And that was really important when it comes to, these other owners and things. It's just showing them praise. They set the path for you. Like, they're the ones that started this thing off before you were here. So you just got to respect that. And something I saw somebody do one time is, and I learned this, right? I've always been told by my mom to never say anything about somebody that you wouldn't say to their face or expect them to hear you say, right? And I knew somebody one time that was in the industry, and they were kind of bad mouthing about this other owner and how their bar is better than the other guy's bar and ha 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 and this and that. And that other guy found out because nobody was actually like loyal to the guy that was saying it at the time. And so when that rumor gets out and like, oh, did you hear so-and-so was talking trash? Did you hear so-and-so was talking trash? Like that's gonna get back to them. And especially employees, like no one's your friend in that industry, like not even your own employees sometimes, because people will talk. And so you just gotta expect whatever you say about somebody else is gonna get back to them. And that's one lesson that owner had to learn the hard way. And honestly, you never live it down. Like it's always that little kind of mindset of like, oh, I remember we used to talk a little bit of shit. Like, or I remember we used to talk a little bit of mess, but hey, we're older now. So just again, watch your mouth, respect your elders, and show them the grace and appreciate the path that they've pioneered. All right, so Jackson asked, what is some advice for a recently promoted GM? First of all, great question. That just shows that you care about your position, dog. And the first and foremost is it's time to cook, right? Like this is now your opportunity. Your number has literally been called. It's time for you to show out. You should have zero excuses and you should be working nonstop, right? Like this is where off hours and you're still having to cook. Like this is where you just have to continue to keep kicking ass all the time, right? Because your bosses are noticing this. Everyone that didn't get hired to your position is noticing this, and all the people that think they deserve your position are also noticing this, right? So you just gotta cook hard and you gotta outwork everybody at this point. So I don't know if that's what you signed up for, but that is what you should be doing. Also, some more advice on your promotion, my man, is there's one quality that you haven't been taught as you're making your way up, and this is the most important one, and it's really gonna be your communication and leadership styles. Before you became a GM, you were kind of role specific and in charge of it, and you're probably reporting to the guy above you and doing your job, right? But now that you're a manager, you're in charge of humans and their roles and their responsibilities, right? You're in charge of the culture inside of your bar or your space. You're in charge of, the environment and how people operate and how hard they're working every day and whether they're cutting corners or not. Like you're in charge of all this, and the way you communicate your ideals and how you and your pillars of leadership is by communicating it. And you have to be infectious, and you got to be able to let everybody know what the damn deal is, and you got to be stern whenever they cross the line. And so that's just communication, right? And through communication is how you really start to cultivate your leadership, is how well you deliver communication and how people receive it. I really think that is the gauge on someone's leadership, is simply the ability to communicate and how well they receive it and then go and do it. So congrats on the promotion, man. This is huge, and I can't wait to see what you continue to do moving forward, brother. D Cuts asked, tell me about Bitcoin. Am I still buying? Bitcoin for life, D Cut. I'm holding and never selling. That's for damn sure. But also, I've definitely cut down immensely on my daily cost average and what I'm actually buying. So I'm not buying nearly as much as I used to, but I still make sure to buy. The only difference is now that I've found my niche in college bars and I'm kind of understanding and trying to see what the market's looking like, the price of Bitcoin's kind of gone up, even though it's always gonna go up. I've just felt good about what I have invested in Bitcoin since I started back in 2019. And I just feel like I can get a much better return and especially kind of feed into this scaling and acquisitions with the bars, that I'd rather just have my money ready to go for whenever I find the next market I'm ready to launch. So Bitcoin for life, if you don't know much about Bitcoin, pick up the Bitcoin Standard. That book changed my life, and it really helped me understand financials and really just the history of the monetary system. And if anything there is to learn is just history, because that'll help you make decisions for the future. So I hope that was good. D Cuts, make sure you have something, no matter what it is, so you can always say you had some when that thing blows up. DJ, my man, he asked me if he brought a bar idea to me, would I help him pursue it? Absolutely, brother. This is exactly what I'm doing here, is I'm trying to help people pursue their abilities to grow into this industry and to capitalize on it and own their own bars and their own hospitality groups one day. This is exactly why I'm doing this, man. So I'm absolutely here to help in any way that I can. And to be honest, I think everybody needs somebody to be able to think things through with, to make sure they're not making the wrong decisions, especially at the beginning where, time is valuable, money is scarce. this is exactly why I'm doing this, man. And I've helped at least 7 people open up a bar in their life that are operating bars right now. And I've helped dozens more come up with the idea and conceptualize it so that they're at least ready to go when they find that spot. So absolutely, man, this is exactly what I'm here for, and I'm always down to pursue. And this is what it's all about, man. It's all about partnerships. I've had people come and bring me deals from other markets, and we've gone into business together. This is exactly how this happens. I've got old owners that own bars for the last 20 years that saw me come up, and they're like, yo, man, come get in with me. I got people bringing me deals all the time. Like, this is what it's all about, right? And so the deal making is natural. It's just making sure that, like, you know, there's a fit and people are actually like motivated and want to do this kind of stuff. That's what really matters to me. And if you're motivated and you're hungry and I can see that in you, then let's get to action, my boy. So great question, DJ. All right, David, you asked me if I had to start today, knowing what I know now, all over again, what would I do differently? And what I would do differently is I would find my dogs that are committed, right? I would find the people that are moving and grooving to the exact same tune that I am, which is, again, who's down to do this with me, because you have to have your yin and yang, man. Like, you gotta have your sidekick, and it could be multiple people, but there's such a difference between waking up every day and trying to figure things out by yourself, and waking up every day and having someone ready to rock with you, man. And so the most important thing right now that I would do if I had to start over is, again, just find my troopers, right? And you can find multiple of them. Don't overextend yourself and try to look for too many of them, but definitely find one without a doubt, but still have a couple other homies in the mix that are ready to rock with you as well. But that's what I would do. When I first started off, man, I was just kind of doing this thing on my own and like trying to figure it out. But as I went along, I realized, man, I need this person to kind of help out, and then I need that person to kind of help out, and you're kind of like learning it as you go. And it took me so much time to get to where I needed to go. But if I could do it over again, I would just know, like, all right, these are the people that I need. Like, this is who's going to help me get into this place, or help me move these type of people into this area. Like, again, and even my partner, he came towards the end of like my street promotion, and man, that was just a game changer. I was like, bro, where were you all my life? I needed you ahead of time. And all it is someone to believe in you, man. Like, my partner's smart in so many ways, but what he's really good at is just believing in me, and then riding with me and doing what he thinks is best, and me believing in him and doing what I think is best. And so that's what it's all about, man. Just go and find your squad and just, go get it together. All right, Sammy, you just asked me, you have no experience, but you want to throw an EDM event with alcohol sales. What do you do? This is where every major EDM concert thrower started, my boy. So you're in the right place. The first thing you do if you want to throw an EDM concert is go find someone that knows how to throw an EDM concert, right? Go find someone that knows how to throw any event if you can't find EDM specifically. Closer you get to the actual type of music you want, the better answers to questions you might have are gonna be, the better you can really understand like what that business model looks like. So go find somebody. Obviously, go find the people that you can follow on YouTube, figure out how they do it, who's letting you inside of the playbook. Obviously, there's search engines, man, like ChatGPT and Claude, whatever it is these days, can give you really a whole step-by-step breakdown. That's what I would do if you have no experience, right? The alcohol sales part. You're gonna need an alcohol license to sell, or a temporary liquor license, or go find a bar or venue that already sells alcohol. So you're gonna need someone that does that professionally. So go find that person, right? Go find that person. That's how you get the alcohol sales part out. So there's 2 parts of this. Go find someone that knows how to do it. You could definitely go just figure it out on your own, but why do that when it's just like a couple hours of research and some meetings and phone calls and finding someone that's down? So yeah, man, that is exactly how you do it with no experience. But hey, bro, this is exactly where we all started, with 0 experience. So go get it, my dog. Look, Sammy, man, listen, you're in the right place, brother. You're asking the right questions. You're looking for the answers, okay? And I've literally built a community of people just like you from all walks of life, man. There's people with 0 experience. There's people with some experience. And we've got like full-on operators in this mix. So come and join. There's a link in my bio. This goes out to anyone that's watching this. Like, you're in the right place. You just got to continue to keep searching for your answers, and we've got them. Click the link in the description and come join. Lucky Charms asked me, why is Crickets the best bar that I own? First of all the bars that I own are my best bars, okay? Lucky's only saying that because he goes to Texas Tech. He's a Red Raider. So yo, always thanks for always showing support, my man. But why do you probably say it's my best bar? It's because it is the greatest place in Raider Nation, man. And it is the heart of Texas Tech. It's been there for going on 30 years now. We're just fortunate to have acquired it. We're still keeping the name alive, and we've really pumped some energy and life into that thing. And the city's reciprocated. The alumni love it. And we're just really fortunate, man. We're really fortunate, and we're really fortunate to have people like you that show up every day, that are ready to party, ready to pop some bottles, and that's why we love you, man. So keep coming out. Thanks for the comment, brother. Evan, my man, you asked me, do I think that my business model translates to other sales industries? And yes, absolutely. Listen, man, I really think in business, the basics of business models are pretty much all the same, right? Sales, marketing, customer service, right? And then, culture and staff. It really translates to everything, right? At the end of the day, business plans are pretty simple. It's just how you're executing them and how you're motivating people to scale and grow, right? We're gonna hit the business plan, we're gonna treat our customers right, but once you've got that business model down, what's important is how we can scale it and take it into other markets. So yes, I think anything is really scalable as long as you've got the intention of doing so and you're building out your team and your core business practices to do that. So yes, to answer your question, I think this business model and a lot of business models translate to each other. It's just how you're incorporating different aspects within your departments to do that. All right, so Dante asked, do I visit my competitors and keep a close relationship with them, or do I keep my distance? Good question, Dante. And contrary to popular belief, I actually like to keep close relationships with competitors, right? Now, it's not like we're going out and having dinner together and like grabbing a cup of coffee. There are some people that I do that with, but at the end of the day, like there's very few of us in a market that it's important that we all respect each other, we recognize each other, say what's up to each other. Like that's really important. And I like being in a position where I'm not having to go and take employees or staff from other people, because that's employees or staff or ideas from other bars, because it's really hard to like show face when you know that you've been stealing staff or ideas and things like that to another owner. So when you're in that position, I could totally understand why you're like keeping your distance. But at the end of the day, man, you want to keep everybody close. At the end of the day, a good, healthy market are actually ones where owners are working together. And so I'm fortunate to be in several different markets across the state. And there's places where we're all cohesive, working together for the betterment of the city and for the, the safety of our customers. And there's places where like people are just trying to hate on everybody. And I wish that everybody could have competitors that are just friendly and at least respect each other, as opposed to try to take each other down. But some things just aren't like that. So my advice to you is you should be nice to your competitors, show love, say what's up to them, tell them they're doing a good job, whether you mean it or not. You should. And that's what a good guy does. And that's how you maintain your professional image and your brand and your reputation, and those things go a long way. Look, and if you are going to tell someone they're doing a good job, like you should actually mean that, and you should mean it from the bottom of your heart. And I think whenever you want to show genuine love, you'll get genuine love. So yeah, man, so go out there, treat them with respect, and treat them how you want to be treated. All right, Jose, you asked me, how do I know which spirits to bring into my establishment? So this is a great question, and to be honest, there's a couple different answers, right? It all really depends on what type of market you're in and what kind of customers you're serving, right? In my market specifically, I'm college market driven, and my customers are college kids. They're always usually looking for the cheapest deal they can get. And with that being said, we're typically selling the cheapest vodka or tequila we have. And really, that's really what it is. I can't go and put some expensive drink into my fast wells and give it to someone who doesn't want to pay more than $2 for a drink. It doesn't make sense economically, and you won't survive as a business. Now, I do understand sometimes people do want a premium drink. And again, it's all about knowing your customers. I know my customers that want premium drinks are typically just wanting the next level of alcohol that's not well. And if you don't know what well alcohol is, it's basically the cheapest like off-brand alcohol that you can sell at your bar. And it's just, they're like no names essentially. It's like whatever, like Colorado Springs vodka or something like that. And the next level up to that vodka would be like a Tito's, for example, or a Grey Goose or a Belvedere. And so people understand those names and recognize them. Now, if you're in some higher tier market at some cocktail lounge and you're serving, 40 years old and above, they appreciate like higher quality alcohol, right? They're way past, the Jack Daniels and the Jim Beam. Now they're talking like, bourbons straight from a specific country, or they've got a wider range of acquired tastes and and palate. So they are able to like learn new drinks. And so when you go to cocktail bars like that, you'll see a whole like whiskey rye or like bourbons, you know what I mean? Or different tequilas and mezcals, and because you have to be able to give those type of clientele's options. In my industry, they don't want those options. So unfortunately, with a lot of brands, I have to tell them like, I really only have space for 1 or 2 types of alcohols that aren't the main ones, because if not, it'll sit there, it'll collect dust and bugs or whatever it might be. And so it's just harder to manage that type of inventory. So that's how I personally decide on what type of different spirits to bring in. But every bar is different, and the best way to really find out is to go look at their existing bar back, like see what's going on their bar shelf. And if you see that they're willing to hold multiple different types of bottles that isn't the main brands that everybody recognizes, then you have a better shot of getting into that place. If they have a smaller selection, then they're probably already got their mind made that we're not gonna hold a bunch of inventory that people don't know, and that's just the way it goes. Hey, and Jose, you also asked me if I've tried Tequila Unido. I haven't, honestly, man, but I did look up the brand on Instagram and it looks great, man. Keep hustling. I know you'll find a good home for it. Best of luck to you, brother. All right, guys, we're wrapping up our Q&A session. I had a blast with this. Thank you guys for all your questions. If you like this type of content and you like what I'm putting out for you guys, do me a favor and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me know that there are people that love this kind of stuff and motivates me to keep pushing more content out. If you like this video, like it as well while you're at it. Also, if you guys have any other questions, just comment them in the comment section below. I'd love to get more of them done so I can make more videos just like this. Also, I know I've said this before and I will always keep saying this. We are building an awesome community with tons of great content, tons of people in this community that are starting off, been doing this, and it's a great place for everybody, okay? So check out the community. We have tons of content in there. I've got lots of free game. If you think this is good, wait till you see what I've got inside of that community. So if you wanna see the bar blueprint, check out the link in the description below. We've got tons of great content, hours of just game. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I'll see you in there, and I'm out. Peace.